Hey, Nora,
Hello, Dad.
why was the chicken acquitted of murder?
I don't know.
Because there was no evidence of foul play.
Boo.
What are we going to talk about this week?
Today we're talking about mock trial.
Welcome back to the Norah and Dad show. I am, as always, the dad with the bad dad jokes, otherwise known as John, and with my lovely co-host and daughter, not necessarily in that order. Otter?
Otter.
Otter. Our
I'm Nora.
order. She's Nora. Hey, Nora, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, I'm doing okay. It was been kind of a crazy weekend because I was MIA for the weekend.
Do tell.
Dude, well, you know where I was.
The listeners don't.
I took a quick trip to Philadelphia to visit with Grandma and Grandpa. They were supposed to come here for the weekend, and some health issues precluded them from doing that. And so I got in my car and drove across the state of Pennsylvania to Philadelphia to spend a few days with Grandma and Grandpa. So it was a lovely weekend, but I missed you guys. And what better way to welcome myself home than recording an episode of the Norah and Dad show? So how the heck are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Just okay.
I don't know. Allergies are kind of kicking my butt right now.
Yeah, we need a good, hard freeze that's going to get rid of all the gunk that's in the air so we can get rid of the allergies.
Well,
I'm with you.
The weather's just been so inconsistent. It's been cold and then warm and then cold and then warm.
I hate to break it to you.
Well, and that's because
but
we're in Ohio.
Here's the thing.
I know.
You live in Cleveland.
I didn't choose that, okay? That I have no say in the matter.
Fair point. Very fair point. But you live in Cleveland, and fall's going to do what fall's going to do in Cleveland, which means it's going to be like up and down until it gets butt freaking cold for a few months.
Yeah, but I don't want to wait that long.
All right. Well, if you're in any luck, we'll have a really brutal winter, and it'll get really cold, and it'll stay cold for like 4 months, and your sinuses will get some relief until sometime in April.
I hope. But then no, because then you get colds in the winter. There's no solution.
The solution is moving somewhere warm.
But then you'll just get allergies all the time.
Yeah, allergies and wildfires and hurricanes and
I like my seasons.
We don't really have it that bad up here weather-wise. It's just the pollen can be bad, and then when there's no pollen, it's cold and snowy, which I kind of like, but I guess other people's opinions might vary. I don't know.
No.
So we've been seeing a lot of each other lately because I am the brand spanking new, but at least new as of this year, legal advisor for the Lake Ridge Academy mock trial team. So we're hanging out a lot.
Woo!
How do you like having your dad as your, not really mock trial coach, but I guess coach? Is that a fair description, coach?
You coach.
I coach?
You coach.
So do you like having me as coach? Is that weird?
I like making fun of you at practices. That's fun.
Yeah, we got to work on that.
Hey, you called me a smartass.
How are your teammates going to respect me if you're always making fun of me?
They're just scared of you.
Why are they scared of me?
Because you're intimidating to them.
What?
I don't get it. I don't think you're that intimidating.
Oh, we got to work on that too, because I better be intimidating to you, because...
Well, you're intimidating, sometimes, but, if you weren't my dad and I just saw you, I don't think I'd be intimidated by you.
Yeah, I want to know. You need to ask some of your friends, what it is about me that's intimidating, because I don't think I'm all that intimidating.
Well, I think they just think everyone's intimidating.
Like every grown-up?
Well, because, you're, a lawyer, so, you're a professional, scary person.
I don't just play one part-time as a high schooler. I'm actually, a real honest-to-goodness lawyer.
Yes, fun fact.
Who might actually know a thing or two. Yeah.
My computer's about to die, so let me do that real quick.
What?
I meant to plug it in, but then I forgot, and then I just got a little notification that said, your computer is running low. Please plug in your PC.
Should I sing for the listeners while we're waiting for you to plug in your...
just cut this part out.
I could do that too.
I don't think any singing needs to be sung.
Nora's computer's about to die.
I'm at 19%.
While she's fixing it, I'll eat a piece of pie.
Okay, we're good now.
I'm no longer feeling blue.
Okay, we can stop singing now.
Nora's computer's no longer about to die. Do we have any listeners left?
No, that's why I said we should just cut this out.
I got to hear back the song and see how it sounds. I might keep it in. That might be our new theme music. The Nora's computer's about to die song.
No, I put a lot of work into the theme music we currently have.
I know theme music. Have we ever? I know it's in the show notes, but have we ever mentioned on the actual podcast that the theme music that people hear at the beginning is an original composition by our very own Nora?
I don't know.
I don't know how often people read the show notes. But yeah, original theme music by our very own Nora Marie. So your friends are scared of me. That's wonderful. I need to work on that because I don't think I'm all that scary. Why don't you maybe talk for a minute or two about this year's mock trial case?
Is this like a quiz?
No, go ahead. You're not being graded.
Okay.
I'll fill in the blanks. Go ahead.
Okay. So, a tragedy has occurred at high school. Trillium High School. So there's this very important alumni breakfast, and somebody, horrible student, put unbranded popping candy into the eggs. Oh no, tragedy! This is a crime, possibly. So then there's this whole debacle about who did it and who didn't do it, and the student body president, Blair, thinks that the student Stevie did it, because they were called down for cheating on a test and they made like an incriminating statement being like, oh yes, I did something stupid however many nights ago, and that was the night before the alumni breakfast. So then they look into Stevie more, and Stevie says more incriminating stuff like, oh, the door was unlocked. How can you break into a place that's unlocked? Or, oh, they'll never find evidence. It's on my phone. The problem is not whether or not Stevie did or did not commit such crime. It's whether or not Stevie was a part of a custodial interrogation, because at no point during the time were Miranda rights read to Stevie, because there was a school resource officer there who went for some part of the questioning behind a closed door, which could have been intimidating to Stevie and could have made them want to say stuff. Other people say that it wasn't an interrogation, and that's what the case is whether or not the statements that Stevie made in the room with the principal, with Blair, and with the school resource officer, if those should be like suppressed for the actual like criminal trial or not.
Yeah, so was it a custodial interrogation? Was Stevie owed their Miranda rights before being questioned by the dean of students and or the school resource officer? So the part you're playing in the mock trial is whom?
I'm Blair, the student body president who Dad does not like.
Gunner, student body president number 2 in the class at Trillium High School, to Stevie Kahn, who's first in their class and wants to be the valedictorian. Blair is so... I'm pulling up the witness statement.
Oh, okay.
So mock trial, it's a closed universe of information. You can only rely on the information that's in the actual case file. And Blair is so obnoxious. My name is Blair. I'm currently a junior at Trillium High School. I consider myself a pretty good student. I mean, I keep my grades up and I'm super involved in the student organizations. I am president of the Student Government Association, which puts me at the head of the Trillium High School Honor Board. I also serve as equipment manager and statistician for the Trillium High School basketball team.
I don't like that word. I really hope I'm not questioned about...
Statistician?
I thought it was statistician, and I was like, She's like a stats person. She's in high school. That doesn't make sense.
Statistician keeps the stats. So wait, we're getting to the best part. Ultimately, my goal is to graduate as valedictorian of my class next year and get a scholarship to Buckeye State University. I'm pretty sure I can meet that goal.
I know a lot of people like that.
Stevie Kahn is the only person in my class ranked higher than me academically. You could say we've been rivals since kindergarten, but I think recently Stevie's been jealous of my success outside of academics. Specifically, I am almost certain that Stevie sabotaged the alumni breakfast you're going to get crucified on cross-examination.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm aware, but I did last year, too. I mean, last year I was a criminal. That was my my background, yeah. So I think being a little obnoxious is a lot easier to handle.
And then the alumni breakfast, she talks about
my grandmother's dentures cracked.
Well, I guess I can say she now because you're Blair. Yeah. The witnesses are there's no gender to the witnesses. Yeah. So we're supposed to use non-gendered pronouns until the witness has a pronoun, and your pronoun is she. So I'm going to gender you as a she.
Okay.
And then she goes on about how hard she worked to put this alumni breakfast together and how it could really distinguish herself from everyone else, given the tons of important alumni invited to the breakfast, even some on the selection panel for several high-profile local scholarships, and they would all know her name. It's all about networking for success. I mean, yuck.
Okay, well...
There is nothing likable about Blair at all.
No, but witnesses don't have to be likable to give information. It's not like we're in front of a jury and we're being judged.
That is true. There is no jury.
In a real court case, I don't think anyone would bring Blair. I think it would be stupid to. But the other two witnesses we could choose was the dean and then the school resource officer. They give you 3 witnesses for each side, but you can only bring 2. And we thought the dean and the SRO brought the same information, so being Blair would bring something different. Also, we didn't want to have 2 authority figures on the stand because we're trying to prove that it was not an interrogation, and by only having authority figures, that doesn't work well for us.
Yeah, it's an interesting problem to decide like who you're gonna call.
Mm-hmm. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we're recording the day before Halloween.
Oh, we are. Good. Okay. Well, solid point. Yeah. So it's an interesting problem to decide who you're going to call because each side only gets 2 witnesses and there are 3 to pick from.
Well, also a big part of it is who you have to play what characters. Like, I mean, when I was talking with my team, my attorney was like, well, yeah, I think you would just make a good Blair, which is part of the reason why we're bringing Blair, because I know how to talk around bad information.
So your team thinks you're a snotty gunner?
That I can play a snotty gunner.
That you can play a snotty gunner.
Did it last year. I was the disgruntled employee who was accused of stealing from 2 restaurants and went to court for one of them.
Thief.
Hey, supposed thief.
I'm glad that you don't think it's weird that I'm coaching your team. That makes me feel good.
I mean, I don't really have a choice. Well, I asked you to coach. Like last year, I said, would you be interested? And you said yes.
You did. You did. There was some faculty turnover, and they needed some fresh blood to come in and both coach the team and assist and advise, give legal advice to the team. And so you did suggest it last year. But it makes me feel good that you don't mind having me like hanging out at school, like with your friends, helping out with your extracurricular activities. I always thought it'd be fun to be a teacher, so I think it's really cool that I get to help you guys out.
I mean, I don't know, it's nice. You don't get to complain about picking me up late anymore because you have to stay as late as I do.
I do have to stay as well. Yes, I do have to stay.
We
as
have
late
a more consistent time this year, though. I feel like it ends on time so far. It's ended early, actually.
Right now, we've been in like the teaching phase of mock trial, and we're gonna in a couple weeks shift to the like practicing phase of mock trial, and I think the times will become a little more fluid at that point.
Yeah.
But you're feeling good with your witness?
Yeah.
We don't want to say too much in case there are other mock trial teams listening to the
no cheating.
To the old pod. We don't want to give them a leg up strategically by knowing like how you're going to portray your witness or what you're going to say or what our theory of the case is. But
I'm actually so far going to heavily incriminate myself and
do that.
Yes,
you're going to
memorize my witness statement at all.
I have a confession. I did it.
I actually hate my grandmother, and I was the one who put Pop Rocks in the eggs just so her dentures would break.
I will put in the show notes the link to the Ohio CLRE, Ohio Center for Law Related Education, right? They're the ones who run mock trial in the state of Ohio for high school students, and they put together a banger of a 4-minute YouTube video introducing this year's mock trial case with Blair's grandma's statement after she bit into the Pop Rocks.
911, what's your emergency?
My teeth. I think my dentures are exploding.
I wish the grandma was a witness. I would get into costume, do like old makeup.
All right, Nora Marie, where can people find you?
At Norah Marie Music, everywhere.
You can find me at John Hyman everywhere. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the old Norah and Dad show. Nora, love you, kiddo.
Love you too.